Okay, John, we've got a few questions for you. You ready to answer some of them?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
All right. Scrolling down, you've got quite a few positive comments.
Well, I hope there's some negative too. I mean, wouldn't be my typical Facebook channel if I didn't get some negatives.
Yeah, that seems to come with the territory.
Yeah.
Rita posted a comment. She said, "Love your art. What is your favorite of President Trump?" I assume she means what's your favorite painting or illustration you've done of President Trump?
Oh, wow, that's a hard one. I tried to paint him in a lot of different moods. You know, he's kind of fun that way. You know, as a political artist, he's a gift because he's just so, diverse in the ways that I can paint him, and I have fun with all of it. So, which one do I like the most? The masterpiece was a good one. Um, Crossing the swamp. Yeah, I don't know. It's like trying to tell you which one of my kids I like the most. They're all good.
We got a question here from Jackie. She said, "Just a number 2 pencil on paper."
That's all it is. When I draw, I feel like I'm painting. It's like I don't really do much distinction between the two, other than one is color and one is not. So you can see I do a lot of these cross hatches. They're kind of like brush strokes to define the form. Just something I kind of keep in mind when I'm working on these.
Anna wrote, "What about a painting of our beautiful First Lady Melania?"
Yeah, I thought about doing that. I just haven't got around to it. I've done a few sketches of her, and yeah, I'd like to do that at some point.
Yeah, you do have a few sketches of her. I've seen that.
Yeah.
You have, you'll do a portrait of Trump and you do a portrait of Melania, or
Yeah, I've done some of those. I've done one of just her. She's just really graceful. It's a shame the way they treated her.
Brian wrote, "Are you using a photo for reference or do you draw from memory?"
A lot of times I'll get 2 or 3 photos and kind of combine, and then some things are from memory. So yeah, there's usually a photo as a starting point, but I kind of do my own interpretation of it.
Yeah, one of the coolest illustrations I've ever seen you do, or sketches I've ever seen you do, is where you took 3 different Abraham Lincoln, completely different Abraham Lincoln photographs with different angles, and you combined them all and made your own unique
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln. It was
That's
pretty
the only
cool.
way to do it. Thanks.
Denise wrote, "Does President Trump have any of your paintings?"
I don't know for sure. I know he's aware of my artwork, but whether he has any, I don't know.
The next question is similar. It's Belinda. She wrote, "John, have you ever sent Trump your drawings?"
I've never sent him, but I know that during the 2016 election, that a lot of his staff had a lot of my little prints of those drawings. They were passing them around, and I know that there's been people that have given him different things to sign for, like Republican fundraisers and things like that. So he's aware of it, but I've never had any like contact with him that way. So I don't know. Look at this hair.
We have someone who posted a question. Forgive me, I can't pronounce the name. Takawi wrote, "Thank Mr. McNaughton for his continued support of President Trump. Will we see a 2024 re-election?"
Oh, I hope so. I think Trump said if his health was good that he would do it. So, yeah, we'll see. We sure need him. It'd be interesting to see how that would all play out. It really would.
Kim Harris wrote, "Love, love, love. How and why did you start drawing and painting President Trump?"
Well, I started doing political artwork in 2009, actually 2008, during the Obama years. In fact, what motivated me to get into doing political artwork wasn't Obama per se. It was my frustration that McCain got the nomination. And so that kind of opened that door for me, because at the time I was just doing landscapes and kind of religious things, and which I still like. But yeah, it just kind of changed the whole trajectory. And now I do mostly the political artwork, only maybe, probably do about 6 to 8 paintings a year is all. And then the rest of my time I'm just sketching and doing stuff like this.
This one. This one's funny. I think they're trying to be a troll. They may not be, but
I hope so. I need a good one.
They wrote, Trump is now Vulcan origin. Is he Spock's brother?
I could draw.
Yeah, you could do the uniform. Give him a little
V sign.
He does look very serious in this one. It's illogical that you should hate America.
Illogical. Yeah, that's funny. I get a kick out of reading some of the comments of the people that, they just come on my Facebook just to, troll it basically. And some of those comments are just hilarious.
John wrote, have you ever been contacted by President Trump or his family regarding your portraits?
Maybe. And that's all I'll say about it.
Nice and vague.
Yeah.
Nice and vague. Jessica wrote, how did you learn to draw? Any classes or taught yourself?
That's a good question. I went to art school where I took a figure drawing class every single semester. My whole 5 years I was there. Yes, I was there for 5 years because I just changed my major a couple times. I decided I don't care if I make any money at all. I love to draw and I love to paint. So even when I wasn't an art major, I was taking those figure drawing classes and really enjoyed it. So that's where I learned a lot of it.
We do have a lot of people commenting about how they'd love to see you draw or paint a portrait of Melania. So that's something to keep in mind.
Okay.
It is something to keep in mind.
It's not as fun drawing the tie as it is the rest of it.
Clint asked, what other artists influenced Jon?
Well, I like a lot of artists. As far as living artists, there's not too many that I really follow or pay attention to. I used to, when he was alive, I used to follow Arnold Freeberg, who was kind of an illustrator that did a lot of patriotic work. He did the famous Washington at Valley Forge. So that might have influenced me. There's a lot of artists that have long since passed away that I really admire. For the political art, I like Francisco de Goya, but he's also considered kind of the father of modern art, and was a lot more, I guess you could say he was a lot more liberal in his views than I am, but he had a lot of influence. I like any artist that likes to paint things that represent the time in which they live. Whether I agree with their politics or not, I admire that. And so there's artists today that do that. Most of them are on the left. I don't know very many that are on the right that do what I do. So they're kind of like a Lone Ranger silent voice out there, but I like it. This is coming along.
George wrote, what inspired the beauty and message of Teach a Man to Fish?
Oh, you know what? Thank you. But that painting was just kind of the idea that college students today are taught things that aren't pro-American often. And I thought, Trump's spoken a lot about education and how we need to focus on American values. And that kind of geared up that painting, and it's been a little bit of a controversial one to people who don't like Trump, but it was fun. I liked it.
CF Neil wrote, comment on Obama's weird official portrait, please.
Oh,
The one where he's like up against the green wall of
oh my gosh.
plants.
Well, what should I say? I think it's Kahindi Wiley. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, the artist who did that. He's really famous for painting black portraits of different people, usually, people that are homeless, and putting them in these beautiful kind of exotic or palatial backgrounds. He does a lot of just interesting work. And so I can see why Obama chose him, because he's a black artist, and I admire that artist for what he did, that he was chosen for that painting. The painting's a little bit strange, the setting, but I don't like to critique another artist's work and say why I don't like it or do like it, but all I can say about that painting is I think it represents Obama's presidency perfectly. So there you go. How's that?
That's good. That's good. Denise wrote, can I have that when you are finished?
I'll be selling this probably tomorrow morning. I sell a lot of my sketches, so it will be available. And it's not done. It's not even close to done. I mean, I haven't even put the quote on here. I got a really cool quote from Trump.
Well, in that same vein, we have a message from Sonia who says, thank you, and I love all your work. How do we go about purchasing your drawings?
Oh.
And that you would go to jonmcnaughton.com.
Right. Yeah.
And we're going to give John a little bit more time to finish up what he's doing right now. If you want to ask him a question, feel free to do so, and we'll be back in just a few minutes to answer any more questions you might have.
So the quote is, "We believe in the American dream, not in the socialist nightmare." He said that. It's awesome. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out with me while I sketched this. And we'll do some more of these in the future. Have a good night, everyone.